not only that we've been working for other large companies here, developing their software, their hardware, etc. But we notice also a lot of innovation is happening. And definitely Bangalore is among the top 5 in the startups in terms of the ecosystems that we have created. Many times, it's compared with Silicon Valley. So much that we call Bangalore as the Silicon Valley of India. So that's a quick introduction. And so I myself, I've been in the startup world for nearly 18 years now. So prior to that, I used to be in the executive world. I used to be working for large companies based in the US. I come from a communication engineering background. And after working for large companies, I went into entrepreneurship myself, built companies, went through the whole cycle of, like they say, starting up, scaling it, and then exiting it. Now I'm teaching others on how to do this. So I run an accelerator out of India. It's a global accelerator. So far, 70 startups have graduated from my program, including one unicorn. And I want to say that right now we have programs which are helping Indian startups to go outside of India and scale, as well as helping global startups to access the Indian market, like from Israel, from Germany, Korea, US, and elsewhere to come to India. So we have a very structured program. Some of them are funded by the various governments. So for example, we run a program for the government of Korea, just giving an example, where we helped Series A startups to scale in India and find business as well as investments. And eventually they'll set up their office in India. So this is one such example. Likewise, we do with other countries and even the Indian government as well as a program. And as I speak with you, we are running right now 5 different programs. One of them is actually for the state of Karnataka, where I'm from. It is a women accelerator program to help women startups, not only from the city of Bangalore, but beyond Bangalore. So just to give you an idea, Karnataka is a very large state, and we have many small towns. And we want to encourage women in tech to, benefit from this program. They're going to get not only mentorship, guidance, etc. It's a 6-month program. At the end of it, they will also get investments. So this is one such way of contributing. Like I said, after we have run this, made through these exits, now it's giving back. And the program right now I'm talking to you all is also one such where I'm contributing my knowledge, mentorship, and helping startups to not only benefit from our programs, but also, make aware that there is a program like yours that they can also benefit from. So with those introduction, I will now end my short introduction and say, yes, let's all collaborate. By collaborating, we can achieve a lot. There's only so much we could do, if you were individuals, but if we could all come together, it's not 1 + 1 = 2, but 1 + 1 = 11. That's the power of collaboration. So with these words, over to you. Kate, you are there?
Yes, sure. I think we can ask judges if they want to introduce themselves and then start a pitch session. Please call the startups one by one. They know their pitch order. It is near letter S. For example, S2 UIT. It's this pitch order means number 2.
Sure.
I think Gaio can start judge's introduction part because
Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Kate. I'm looking forward to it. It's great to see you guys, especially you, Kate. I think this is our first time in this quarter to meet at a Unicorn Pitches event. Guys, my name is Gaio. I come from Belgrade, Serbia. I generally am working in the region of Southeast and Eastern and Central Europe. First of all, I'm really excited to learn about today's event and about the startups who is going to pitch today. I generally come with a finance background, mostly working on analytics and business transformation tasks, encompassing operations management as well within startups, SME and SMB organizations. I was almost 10 years in a corporate world and moving to the startup environment, mostly working with manufacturing companies on jobs of financial and operational performance analysis, optimization and management of international tax credits, and of course, having experience in the region of establishing and operating foreign subsidiaries and branches for various investors. So I generally have experience in private sector regarding management, corporate planning and planning process, coordination and implementation of projects in different sectors and industries, as well as in-depth knowledge of various markets in Central, Eastern, and Southeast Europe, especially of agribusiness, FMCG, information and communication technology, telecommunications, and of course, textile, where I'm currently present as a CFO of Fashion Union LLC, a clothing manufacturer specialized in the production of light knitwear. In parallel, in the past 2 years, I have worked with 2 startups. For one as a consultant, and second, I was being the CEO of AimCube Limited, which is a fintech startup enterprise that developed an innovative global trading platform with an artificial intelligence overlay. So I'm really excited about this event and looking forward to interact. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Any other judges want to tell us about?
Sure, I'll go ahead.
Yeah, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Khalid. It's my 3rd round for the Unicorn pitch battles, and I'm honored to be here. I've been, the beginning of my career, I was actually an entrepreneur. I've started up a few companies and then went into investment development and management consulting with regards to setting up strategies and for investments. We work a lot with the private sector, but we also have private-public partnership projects that we work on. We focus on ventures and innovation in cybernetic agriculture, breakthrough engineering, and Web3. We've done projects that work in geothermal, gravity batteries, closed-loop agriculture for the space tech, as well as a few projects in Web3 wallets, and things of that nature. So I'm very happy to be here and looking forward to meeting everyone.
Thank you, guys. Who wants to go ahead?
All right, let me go ahead.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Sorry, I'm here joining you from the car, so I'm driving. My name is Mohammed. I am a founder and CEO of a company called Deka4 Advisory. And what we are specializing in is the Web3. So we're a boutique consultancy in the Web3 tokenization, NFTs, metaverse, and different aspects of that industry. And it has been quite an interesting journey in that so far. Before this, which I set up about 3 years ago, I was an angel investor and an advisor for startups, mostly in Europe and a bit of Latin America. So that's been around investing in companies, starting up some companies based in Dubai and working globally. And now this is one of my latest startups itself, the company, and we're advising startups in the Web3 industry, as well as established companies. Thank you, and thanks for having me here.
Thanks a lot. Nice to meet you, Mohammed. Omar, are you with us? Omar Abedin is our traditional official judge from Pakistan. Yeah.
I'm always here. It's such a pleasure to be here again. Hi everyone, my name is Omar. I run the National Incubation Center in Karachi. We have about 200 plus startups incubated here. I also work with a lot of startups to help them raise funding through a company called Pak Tech Hub, which I'm involved with. So we are quite busy these days in Pakistan, but it's amazing to take time out and get to meet new founders, say hello to new judges, and basically build further relationships. So it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me back. I think this is my 8th or 10th session. I stopped counting a little while ago, but yeah, it's great to see everyone.
Likewise. Gaurav, can you open your camera? It's been a while since we see you last time. Yeah. How are you?
Hi, Kate. I'm good. So good to see you. Hope you had a wonderful summer. Hello to all the judges, familiar faces for all joining in. Hi, Gayo, and all the participants. Hello, Shalit. Hello, everyone. My name is Gaurav. I'm from Aritman Ventures. We are largely a private equity and an institutional advisory firm. As always, so happy to be a part of all the unicorn pitches and battles, and look forward to listening from all the wonderful participants who have taken time and sharing your thoughts over here. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. And if nobody wants to go ahead, Subrata, maybe you? If you
Sure, Kate. Thanks for inviting. Thanks, Bharat. My camera doesn't work actually for now, but I can just go without that if that's okay. Okay. So my name is Subrata Patra, managing partner at Idea Capital Ventures, based out of Bangalore, same city as Bharat. It's one of the beautiful cities that I have lived in so far. So we invest up to $5 million across 4 sectors primarily. And on the lower side, we can do about 250 to 300K. We are also sector agnostic for the 20% of the deals, but there we also look for kick-ass team and of course, virtually no competition. So very happy to be on the judge board today. Thanks.
Thanks, Subrata. And I noticed that one new judge joined us today, Mr. Galayani. Sorry if I did mistake in pronunciation. Please correct me. I know
That's
that
correct.
first time at our event, yeah.
Yeah.
Please tell us a few words about yourself.
So I'm running currently in Abu Dhabi, and from an engineering and project management background. I've been here in the country in UAE for like around 9 years, and we've helped many clients generate like more income to their businesses by promoting them in the digital world. And we are making currently like maybe 500K dirhams a year. And yeah, things are going well, and it's going into improvement as the digital revolution in UAE is a change. And yeah, things are going very good here in the UAE market. And people are moving towards the online revolution, and we are getting more clients. We're expecting an increase in the number of clients, and that's why we are increasing also our team to adapt for these changes, for the new changes coming.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Welcome. Yes, thank you.
So, Bharat, let's start the main part of this event, pitch session. Today, a lady opens our event.
Hello, everyone. So let me share the screen.
Hi, Sophia, am I right?
Yep.
Great.
One second. Yeah, so SpeakLab is my project, and it's a language social network. I'm Sophia, I'm the founder of the project. I've been in business for over 10 years, leading both startups and traditional businesses. We all learn at least 2 languages in school, but few of us speak them. Without the regular language practice, any language can be forgotten in a year, so the time and money invested in studies will be wasted. By focusing on the community's interests and hobbies, we offer a new format for maintaining this effective language practice. In SpeakLab, you can practice 10 languages for a very low cost. So if you are looking for a language fitness center, download SpeakLab. How does it work? The user registers, passes a voice AI test to determine his spoken language, and receives recommendations. He chooses an event, purchases a ticket or a subscription plan. He can also communicate with hosts and other participants through SpeakLab chats. Language practice has always been in parallel to language learning, so our project is a necessary component of the market, a supplement to language schools and other forms of language learning. Users can pay per ticket or choose a subscription plan. We provide recurring subscriptions for only $20 per month. We promote the product via social media and thematic communities. This marketing strategy has proven to be profitable and efficient. Among the competitors, we highlight language learning applications such as Duolingo and event aggregators such as Meetup. In comparison, we focus on language practice rather than learning. We provide different formats, both online and offline, competitive prices, and professional teachers. The project has over 12,000 participants at the moment, and we sell over 600 tickets through the website monthly. Currently, the project operates in 5 cities and 3 countries. We're open for funding. If you would like to learn more, you can contact me after the presentation. My contacts are here. Our team consists of highly qualified professionals. I'm a serial entrepreneur with extensive IT knowledge and a decade of running businesses of all sizes. Alexander is our CTO, and he has over 18 years of experience in IT field. We are 2 shareholders of the company. Our company is registered in Dubai DIFC. And as we have a minute left, I'd like to show you our product video.
SpeakLab app is created to connect users worldwide. This is the only app you'll need to practice languages with native speakers, look for meetings and events, participate in international language trips, and chat with other learners, all in one place. All of us have dreamed of getting hands-on language experience without the hefty tutor price tag, right? SpeakLab makes this dream a reality. SpeakLab is your way to start speaking a language with real people, practice what you already know, gain confidence, and improve. Imagine you've arrived in a new city and a group of friends is already waiting for you. Isn't that awesome? Just open the app and look for local events, and the local city ambassador, who's always ready to help, can suggest cool places and arrange meetings with locals. Another cool feature of the app is language chats. Think of how many times you had to write something in a foreign language and couldn't figure out how to say it correctly. With SpeakLab chats, you can get all the advice you need straight from native speakers. Plus, you can discuss interesting topics, set goals, and motivate each other.
So yeah, I'm ready to answer your questions.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Any questions? Yeah.
Yeah, I have one. Great presentation. I like especially the interactive part. Can you tell us a bit about your competitive landscape and what makes you special on this turmoil the market?
Yeah, so first of all, we are kind of a different format. So we are not a language app. We're kind of a combination of language app, events app, and like any language, like a supplement, because for example, our ambassadors are language teachers. So we are not kind of a competitive to them. We are kind of an additional product for them. So yeah, they are kind of our ambassadors. So they have like their reference links. So they are kind of bring us people also, and they participate in our language events. So yeah, we are kind of a supplement to all processes of language learning that you can imagine about, like to tutors when you are learning by yourself, or for example, if you're learning with a language app. Yeah, we are kind of a combination, and something that brings you not only the languages like practice, it's kind of a hobby. So like right now, I think like language is more of a hobby, not like something, a necessity in this world. So yeah, so we make it be fun. We make it like be interesting and like effective, so that you not only like learn what you like, do what you like, but also like have some positive emotions and motivation to continue doing it.
Thanks for the answer. Can you additionally tell me more about your projection you generated? Would like to know a bit more about your reasoning behind the financial figures. You can get back to the slide and tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so our strategy is to increase the number of cities and ambassadors on those cities. Right now, we operate in 5 cities in 3 countries, and to reach our goals, like these goals, we need 500 paid users per city. So if you like how our business model works, so users pay $20 for unlimited events. Usually, it's about 10 events per week, so they can choose from. They can choose online events, in-person events, whatever they want. And all this is only one cost, like $20. The subscription is recurring. We pay to our host the same amount of money, like $20 per event, but it's a fixed price. So the more users we have, but like our meeting can have 100 users there. So 100 people. We, of course, online events can have less, but like the more people we'll have in the app, the less expenses we have, and the less profit we get. So like to get to the billion kind of company, we need about 20 cities with 500 paid users per city. I think this is not like big number of people that we need, but yeah, but a lot of investments we need in marketing first. So this is like what we're working on right now. We just like invested all we earn right now from all the cities and from users. We invest in development. Our app is like already uploaded to App Store and Google Play, but right now we are also developing a voice AI testing. We hope to receive a patent till the end of the year. So this is kind of a new feature that like none of the apps have. Like the similar thing is only in Liu Lishu. This is also a Chinese app, but this algorithm was tested on Chinese people, and we are making something like to users worldwide. Yeah, so.
Thank you very much. It was a really thorough answer and with a lot of excitement. Good luck with your endeavor.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Next, Gaurav, you have a question.
Sophia, thanks for the presentation. Yeah, you know, in theory, the business model sounds really good, that you have a $20 instructor, and the more number of students you have or candidates you have, the more higher your margins are, right? But
yep.
Can you tell me in practice how this number will be achieved? You know, comparing yourself with the competition in the market from Friendly You, Rosetta Stone, and Audio Notes, and so many others are in this side of the world, right? You know, the customer acquisition cost is very high.
The customer,
and the LTV is not, right? What is your go-to-market strategy on customer acquisition?
So our customer acquisition cost right now is $4. So like to get the user to one of our, we just like counted because we are operating like for 1 year on the market. So right now, all our users come from our social media platforms, and like
through digital marketing ads, PPC ads?
Yeah, we run target ads. Right now we run target ads, plus our website, like in some cities, like on the top, like top pages, like top level positions. So but like the majority of users come from our social ads. Also we have some Telegram chats and other things, and ambassadors, of course. So they are kind of our like language teachers. They're kind of our referrals. They receive percentage for each user that they recommend us. So the target ads, yeah, we run right now, like we don't spend like much, actually, much money on marketing at the moment. We would love to spend more, but we spend more on development. So yeah, so the user who joins our social media costs us about 1.5 or like $1 per signing up for our social media. Then we counted like the first visits, so that we have during the month, and so we counted that like for one new user costs us about $4. Generally, it's like this is not kind of a 5-year-old company to calculate the LTV, but I can tell you, so some of the users are like regular users for over a year. This means that, like, yeah, sometimes people feel that this is not like their like cup of tea and they can like stop visiting us after like a couple of meetings, but the majority of the users come again and again. Because they're coming not only because of the languages, but also for some cool emotions and like very interesting passive times.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
That answers my question. Thank
Thank
you.
you. The time is over.
Mhm.
Up next is startup number 2, ViewIT. Over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Farhan. I'm the founder of ViewIT. This is actually my second time on this pitch competition. So thank you for having me again, and I will share my screen. Okay. So in a nutshell, can you see my screen? Yes.
Yes, we do.
Okay, great. So in a nutshell, ViewIT is the TikTok of real estate. We set out to solve a couple of problems that became a lot more pronounced during the pandemic. The first problem is that most property viewings, particularly in Dubai, are of no use. They're quite ineffective. So 66 to 70% of viewings don't really result in a deal or a lead. The second problem is currently on the portals that are live, there's a lot of fake listings. So the listing may or may not exist. There's no way to really verify if it actually is there. And the third problem is that it takes far too long to list a property in Dubai at the moment. Everything is done on desktop. Nothing is really moved to mobile, given these big portals have so much sort of funding. They haven't done this yet. We've solved these problems with a very simple and easy to use app. Like I said, like the TikTok of real estate. So we enable agents to do video tours of listings. They then pin the location to verify that they've been there, and then they upload it to one of our 2 websites. So as I say, each listing is verified, which means it's genuine. You know that this agent has been there. There's no second guessing about that. And the third solution is that our listing is a mobile application, very easy to use, not desktop. It's not like an archaic way of doing things. It's very new, it's very fast. So these are the steps that are involved in actually listing a property. The first is filling out a simple form with details of the listing. The second is you take a video from the app, or you can add from gallery as well. And the third is that you pin the location. We have a pretty dynamic team. Myself, Ayan is the CTO, who's got 5 years of experience. Atif has 7 years of banking experience in Dubai. And then we have a bunch of guys who have startup experience and real estate experience as well in Dubai and in the US. So the TAM globally for property portals is over $10 billion. However, we're obviously focused keenly on Dubai and the UAE, which is about $45 to $50 million. Although this is set to grow by about 15–20% in the next year. There's a gap in the market. So while there is a lot of competition in our space, we've tried to target a very specific niche where Property Finder, Dubizzle, and Bayouth, which are now one company, Dubizzle and Bayouth, less than 6% of their listings are quote unquote immersive listings, which is to say 360 or video tours, whereas every listing on our site is a full screen HD video, high definition, and every listing is verified by a PIN. So as I said, we're sort of in the middle between a social media platform and a property platform, which makes us perfect in terms of timing, given the how strong TikTok and Facebook and Instagram are nowadays. We have been live in the market for over 18 months. And we launched in Pakistan as well, sort of as an A/B test. And we've grown to around 1,500 users in Pakistan and Dubai combined. And our listings and users are growing at about 10% a month. We've taken part in a bunch of conferences and competitions throughout our time in Dubai. We're incubated by In5, and we've joined a couple of accelerators over time. Our go-to-market strategy, and rather our monetization policy, is that we would charge around 100 dirhams per agent per month This is about less than a fifth of what our competition charges for unlimited listings.
Thank you, Farhan. Time is
Okay.
up. Let's
Sorry,
see.
thank you. That's pretty much.
Thank you. So thank you so much, Nick. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question here. Sorry, go ahead.
No worries, but
So, yeah.
feel free to ask because I asked previously as the first one. Feel free to be the one who is asking the first question.
All right. So first, why? I mean, why are you doing this for the second time? How was your initial round? What was the interest? And the second question is, I didn't get it. If you're currently operational,
Yes.
what do you have right now in terms of agents? What's the experience?
Well, the first question, we're doing it for the second time to get exposure and hopefully make it to the next round, I hope. And in terms of agents in Dubai, we have about 25 to 30. The traction in Dubai has been slow, given the cost of customer acquisition and the regulations. However, in Pakistan, we've grown about 10-15% a month on month to about 1,600 agents. And it's doing quite well over there.
Okay, final one. If I understood you correctly, the differentiator here is you're doing the listing in a better quality, right? Is there any additional service? Because the viewing in Dubai in particular is a pure waste of time for many potential buyers or tenants. So are you looking into that, or only you're improving the quality of the information and the quality of the pictures and videos?
No, we don't do pictures. So exactly what you said, sir, is that the viewing is a big waste of time. We are the first viewing. So when you go to our site and you watch a video, you've sort of understood it, and then you can make a more informed decision. This in turn also leads to a qualified buyer or a tenant for the agent. So it's a net sort of improvement on the whole value chain from agent to customer. This is our goal, this is our plan to reduce inefficiency and increase value.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions?
Hi, great presentation.
Thank you.
Well, my question would just continue what Mohammed asked you, but mostly would like to learn more about your current business model. Why you generally chose the price you're, I mean, have you done a market analysis there?
Yes.
And what does support your ratio for that type of business model?
So we wanted to make it as affordable as possible, first of all. And second, we wanted to make it a per agent sort of incentive program. The current model is property portals charge around 30 dirhams, give or take, per listing, which is extremely expensive, especially if you start to do 500 to 1,000 listings for the bigger agencies. We wanted to scale as quickly as possible, and we also wanted to be able to approach individual agents as opposed to go to the agency owner, which has proven to be a lot easier in terms of customer acquisition. Our only goal at this stage is to get as many users onto the platform, get feedback from them, iterate, and then relaunch, which is what we've been doing in both the markets that we're operating in.
As far as your scaling goes, you said you have around, approximately 2,000 application downloads, more than 1,500 users, more than 2.2K listings, and you're growing like month over month on 50%.
Yeah.
Can you get back to your financial projection slide and tell us a bit more about your revenue current situation?
Yeah. We are not currently revenue generating, to be clear. Okay. This is
this is a projections for
Yeah.
Well, pre-traction, as we call it.
Yeah, this is pre-traction, and projections for the next year. Again, a lot of it sort of depends on funding. The project is totally bootstrapped by myself. And our team is working on spec, sort of, they're not getting paid as such. But as soon as we receive any sort of funding, we will be ready to kickstart and launch. The product is done, everything is done. All we really need the money for would be for marketing and sales, because everything else is basically ready. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your answer, and looking forward to interact. Good luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
I think we have time for one more question.
No, we need to go ahead with startup number 3.
Okay. So up next, we have the next startup, Drazos. Over to you. All the best.
Thank you. Let me just share the screen. There we go. Hello, everyone. It's good to be back here, and I'm really looking forward to this. It's a great event. My name is Vladimir. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Drazos. What is Drazos? Drazos is an AI-powered retail solution that delivers personalized outfits at scale. What problems are we solving? The main problem we are solving is standardized offering in fashion retail. While 71% of customers do expect personalization, most of retailers in fashion don't offer it. Second problem is shopping hassle. Over 50% of people don't like shopping or don't have time for it. Third problem is a styling issue. Over 40% of customers do need styling advice. And the last one is the poor customer service, where 39% of people say that the customer service is essential when buying the product or the service. What is our solution? We send personalized outfits at scale. We can generate out of 1,000 outfits in real time. We save time, so you don't have to do shopping ever again. Just with one click of a product, you can have an outfit or a product itself. We're risk-free. We have try before you buy business model, where the customer has 3 days to try the product and return whatever they don't like. And we offer large assortment. Because of our consignment business model, we have great variety of products. How does it work? The customer goes online, does the style quiz, tell us about themselves. Then we prepare the outfit which customer can preview and confirm. They get the box delivered at their home. They have 3 days to decide what they want to keep, and they pay only what they like. So how does data personalization work, and why is it important? We collect a lot of data, we unify data, activate data with our AI machine learning capabilities, train the business model constantly, and deliver personalized outfits. But the journey doesn't stop there. We get more and more data and more feedback, and obviously we adjust our system to get more personalized and better outfits. Why does data matter, and what kind of data are we collecting? We collect client data, merchandise data, feedback data, and lifestyle data. So over 100 data points we have, which makes basically our outfit and our product a lot better every time. What is our traction? We are generating revenue. We have over $250,000 in sales. We have over 3,000 registered users, over 300 active users. We have over 50 brands on consignment, and we had some good traction in top media in the region. How big is the opportunity? A global fashion market in 2020 was 1.5 trillion, and by 2025 is going to be 2 trillion. But more importantly, the online fashion market goes from 668 billion to 1.2 trillion. What is our business model? We take 40% margin from retailers. We work on consignment, which is a big competitive advantage, and we hold no stock. But at the same time, we have access to over $10 million worth of stock. Business model, we're currently B2C, which we see as a good opportunity. But from next year, we're going to start testing B2B business model, because we already seen interest working with retailers. We've seen a lot of interest in B2B, where retailers can use our platform and our service in order to scale and increase their sales. Why are we better? Two main things. I'll put here 2 global and 2 local competitors. The main thing is consignment business model. We don't hold stock, and we're building for SaaS. Our vision is to deliver personalized shopping experience for everyone. Shopping redefined. This is our team. I'm the CEO. Alexander is Chief Styling Officer. Katerina, Victoria, and Sergey are the tech team. And this is us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for finishing in time. Any questions?
Yes, actually, I have one question. Thanks for this nice presentation. I just wanted to learn more about your B2B SaaS model. What are your plans for that?
Yeah, so that's a very exciting opportunity, a very exciting time. So we started actually our B2C business model, and we realized while working obviously with the retailers, we realized that there is a lot of opportunity, and they would be actually interested to test that in their own retail and with their own product. So our idea is basically to offer our software, to offer our AI, where retailers have the product data. So they have a lot of product data with images and all the other data about the product. And from the other side, they have a lot of data about their customers. So they can use our system to offer personalized outfits and personalized offering to all their customers. That is one segment, and they would basically pay by interaction or pay by outfit. We're going to be working on that pricing business model. We already have a lot of insights, but we're going to be working on that in Q1 next year. The second big opportunity is, again, this is just part of the journey. We also have, we're also planning to, in collaboration with another company, we're planning to introduce the hardware, a 3D scanner in a form of a hardware, where basically the customer can while entering the mall, that's going to be enterprise solution. While entering the mall, they can actually do the 3D scanning, make their own avatar, and have the product from the mall on themselves. Basically, we just click on the button, they're going to receive a lot of recommended and suggested outfits. So these are the few things that we are planning to do. Basically, by next year, we're going to have a lot more visibility on that. But this is the idea.
Sounds very nice.
Subrata, please go ahead. I will stay as the last one who asks.
Okay, thank you.
No, you please go ahead. I was about to look at the timing. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, do I have time, Bharat? Yeah, okay.
Yes,
so
yes, yes.
Thank you. A great presentation. I just wanted to understand a little more about your target market, geographically speaking.
Yeah. Okay, so we are currently in the UAE. So we've been operating for 18 months now in the UAE. Our plan, so that's with the B2C business model. We're planning next year to go to Saudi Arabia. That's the plan of expansion. That's when it comes to B2C. But as I already mentioned, we see massive opportunity in B2B because it's a lot more scalable. We can go global very quickly. We have teams, basically, we have teams all over the globe. So we have a few companies that we're already working with, and we're working on making them part of our company. So basically, we have teams. We have actually one company that we're talking to in Japan, and they're the ones basically they already have this 3D scanner and hardware. So Japan is there, Europe is there, Canada is there. That's something that, let's say, in the next few months, we're going to have more visibility, but that's a business model that is a lot more scalable. At the moment, we're in the GCC. We're learning a lot from this B2C. We already have revenue. We already have...
I'm sorry, we're completely out of time. Maybe this can be taken offline.
Okay. Anyways, thank you. Thank you for your questions.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All the very best. Up next, we have Ask Who. Over to you.
Okay.
Hey guys, can everyone see my screen? Can you hear me? Yeah, okay, cool.
Yes, we do.
So hey guys, I'm the CEO and co-founder of Ask Who. So when we were growing up, a phone was just a phone. It made calls, sent texts, and the batteries lasted for weeks. We used them to speak to our friends so we could go out and do more together in real life. When school was coming to an end, this guy burst onto the scene with an iPhone, and it changed the world and the way we socialize. 6 years ago, like many people, we all took bold decisions to leave our homeland to pursue our dream jobs and lifestyles. I decided to move to Dubai. When I did, I quickly found myself lonely. So, like billions of others, I took to social apps for the solution, but they're designed to connect you to existing friends, video streaming, or business entertainment, all of which made my situation worse of meeting new people in my city. I done some research and found out that I wasn't alone. And this isn't just a Dubai problem, it's a global problem, with people across the world reporting every day that they're depressed and lonely and have no friends in real life. So in 2019, I decided to quit my job and pursue my best friend to quit his. He agreed, we went to work. 10 months later, Ask Who version 1 was ready to launch. And guess what? It failed miserably. From retention to customer acquisition, it was an utter disaster. But this wasn't failure. This was education. We dusted ourselves off, worked day and night, fueled by passion and determination. There's a huge problem to solve. It's that our solution wasn't structured right. We worked for 6 months and we pivoted into a new direction. And we arrived here, Ask Who version 2, which is a dedicated local social group app for people to share, learn, connect, and do more together in real life. And guess what? This works. Since launching in October 2021, we've had over 180,000 installs now, including a month of August. We're growing 60% month on month, and 40% of our downloads are organic. We have 46,000 monthly active users, and our cost per acquisition is 99 cents. We have world-class metrics and have supposed most billion-dollar apps on today's planet. At 8-week retention, we're at 27%. We're on par with Twitter. We have 3 revenue streams, which is in-app purchases, advertisements, and events, and we're retaining our SaaS customers at 63% month on month. Last month, I done $21,000, and from May to July, this has exceeded 250% growth. I've raised $1.5 million. The business is headquartered in the UAE. I'm currently in London now at a family office meeting. The social sector is growing at a 39.7% compounded annual growth rate. And I'm in the UAE's top accelerator program with DTech Ventures. We have a world-class team that's passionate and focused, with experience from Uber, Clubhouse, Cream, and Microsoft. This is a huge market size and a global problem, and we have the solution. My question is, do you want to join us as we now scale to improve the lives of people across the world? I know I do, I know I can, and I know I will. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you so much for finishing it on time. Any questions?
Hi.
Hello.
Well, greetings from Belgrade. Really good presentation, right on time. All the important details are there. Well, my question would be, when you generally expect to earn, you know, to become financially plausible?
So in terms of unit economics, we intend to balance our unit economics in sort of 2025. Right now, I'm converting 7% of my SaaS customers, which is unheard of for a startup. So at critical mass, Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge convert 8 to 12%. I'm already converting 7%. We're in the top 10 charts of social media. We're growing rapidly. And in regards to revenue, SaaS is the focus for VCs. I'm currently in London now, meeting a family office here today. I'm sat in their spare meeting room, having this meeting with you guys. So yeah, our focus is on SaaS, not advertisements or events, because that's obviously the scalable feature.
Thanks very much for the for giving the thorough answer. Can you tell us what makes you special in terms of competition? What is generally your competitive landscape?
Yeah, so look, I think social media has lost its way completely. We all complain about it, but no one's doing anything about it. I've created a truly social platform for people in cities to actually connect. So what separates us differently? First, it's groups. It's nothing's one-on-one. You go into groups with like-minded people, and we have hundreds of them. Second, it's your city. So it means something to you. So you're immersed with people in your city like you that you can share, connect with, go to events, meet up and do more. And this is what matters, not watching video streaming or nonsense on TikTok or any of these other platforms. If you're in Dubai, check the product out. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. And we're launching in London in Q1 next year.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Bharat, can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure, Gaurav, go
Yes,
for
yes,
it.
please go
Thank
ahead.
you. Could you explain me one more time, what is your revenue generation strategy, please?
So we have 3 revenue streams. One is a freemium model. So the app's free for everyone and you can buy additional features in the product. So that's one. That's our service as a subscription SaaS model, which we're converting 7% of our MAUs. And advertisements, but I only do advertisements lightly because I want to cause minimal friction to the consumer, obviously being a relatively new product on the market. So if the ads add value, I'll promote them. If it's just a picture of a pair of shoes and some brand wants to promote it, it's a no-no from me. And then the third is events. Which again, I do events for brand building and delivering on our value proposition to the end consumer. I put a 10% margin on the event, but again, for me, there's no big money or interest there in events. That's a very tough space, in my opinion. The SaaS model is where my focus is as a business. And what do you get in the SaaS model? Unlimited connection requests, see who's viewed your profile.
No, I get
access,
that. I get that.
yeah.
Why would customers pay for this when you have meetup.com and so many other apps for mingling? I'm not just referring to Tinder, Bumble, Hike. There are many social apps that are in place and can be freely used. So if you say your emphasis on revenue generation is more from customers instead of ads or events, how will the business model grow, particularly in this economy and the next 12 to 18 months given?
It's significantly growing month on month. A meetup isn't a social app. It's a marketplace to attend events. There is no social element to it. If you look at Facebook, there's 1.8 billion people every day using groups out of 2.2 billion people on the network. What does that tell you? There's huge demand.
What is the subscription fee you charge with customers?
Yeah, which is validated, and we do everything with customers. We've built that pack. Those 2 packages I have in that application, they're built with the customers who are very happy to pay for the features that we set forth.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Oh my God, I was talking to you, but I was muted. Sorry. Thank you, Mike, for a great speech. Dear Mitchell, your next one, startup number 6, Epic Mining. Yeah.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, just make a full screen.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. Hello, everyone. My name is Mitchell Wireman, and today I would like to present to you guys this company called Epic Mining that we've been working on for the past year. Before I share some more details with you about the company, I want to give a little bit of background information about me too and how we got to this point. So 5 years ago, I quit my job in Silicon Valley. I moved back home to the Netherlands where I grew up, and I started my entrepreneurial journey. I started to teach people about e-commerce over there. There was nobody teaching this kind of business in the Netherlands. And my education company grew pretty quickly from 0 to 8,000 paying students and 10 million in revenue. After 3 years, I sold my shares to my business partners to focus on another big opportunities I saw arising at the market, which was Bitcoin mining. I had a quite decent amount of money from my exit, and I went all in on Bitcoin mining. I built up a farm with 20,000 machines. We had our own gas field, our own power plant, And every time I had a dinner with friends, they asked me, "Hey Mitchell, what do you do nowadays?" So I told them I was in the mining space, and they all asked me like, "Hey, can I get started with this too?" So I helped a few of my friends. I organized 2 webinars, and I helped them to set up their own mining facilities, their own farms. So I purchased their machines and I put them in my facilities. So all of this, in this whole process, I realized that there's a lot of people actually at this point that are very interested in mining. But the big problem they have is they don't know how to get the machines, what machines to get, how to calculate their profitability, how to ship the machines, how to import the machines, how to get access to cheap green energy. So lots of questions and obstacles for people to get started. So what is the solution that we created? Well, basically there are 3 things that we're doing. We've created a first of a kind online education platform where we teach people from A to Z how to get started with mining. We've created literally a simple plug and play system so that everyone can get started with mining, regardless whether they have any technical experience, any know-how of the industry. Literally, we teach them everything. We also have a sourcing service where we help them to acquire the best machines on the market that have the highest ROI and the lowest prices. And thirdly, we host their machines in one of our data centers around the world. So we basically take away all of the work from them, so they just sit back and get daily payouts in crypto to their wallet. We've done about 1.7 million in sales. Actually, nowadays it's more closer to 2 million in sales in the first 10 months of the company. We have about 37,000 monthly recurring revenue from hosting. And we have 3 business models, as I mentioned a few slides ago. So one of them is the Mining Academy. The second one is the sourcing service of the hardware. And the third one is the hosting service for the machines. Basically, we've combined all of this together in a really simple to use online platform where anyone can get started with mining with just a few clicks of a button, no prior background needed. We've built out our own proprietary platform that automates a lot of essential workflows that were previously very time-consuming and complex. But now we have the right infrastructure to scale this quite quickly and to really handle a lot of volume. Our addressable market, we see that there's a lot of increasing demand for mining equipment. According to research, they expect this market to be about 3 billion in 2025. And we believe that the available market still is about 1/3 of that. The other 2/3, they are publicly traded companies and large institutions. But of this available market of 1 billion, we expect to be able to carve out 100 million in revenue. Since each of these, yeah.
I think I would just.
Is the time over?
Yeah, for pitch, yes.
Okay.
And
then let me skip to this slide, and I would like to open up the floor for any questions, if there are any questions.
Yes, well, I actually have a question.
Yes.
With regards to the mining setup and the services you provide, do you also provide consulting regarding which are the best coins to be mined or tokens to be mined, or does that have to come from the customer?
No, basically we give free consultation calls to any prospects. So you schedule a call with our team, and basically we do an analysis every week with the best machines with the highest ROI. And if you want to get started, we just give you the best quote for the machine at the time, and then we take care of everything else. You just connect your wallet and pay the monthly energy bill.
And how do you mitigate the risk for the customer regarding mining? You know, it's a marketplace. Do you offer any kind of, I don't know, insurance packages or some kind of add-ons, or how does it work out?
Everything can be insured in this world against a certain premium. We give the option to our clients to insure their machines if they want to. but this will cost about 2 to 3% of the purchase price of the machine every year. Most clients don't insure it. Our facility, where our machines are located, they have 80,000 machines over there. We've been mining there for over 8 years, and there's multiple backup systems built in to make sure that it's very robust and few accidents happen.
Okay, you own these facilities or are you renting there?
No, we work with partners.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Mitchell.
Hello.
Hi, greetings from Belgrade. Really impressive presentation. And first, I would like to congratulate you on successful exit, which is really impressive. So your reasoning for this startup and making it successful is probably something that drives you on to succeed in the next period. So my question would be, where you have left and didn't have time to complete your presentation is on your current traction and your financial forecast. Can you get back to that slide and discuss a bit about your rationing behind the numbers?
Yeah, exactly. So the nice thing about our business model is that we have really high quality recurring revenue as well. Every machine that we sell has a lifetime of about 4 years. So we expect to triple in growth about every year, but we stack machines because the recurring is for 4 years for every machine. So after a while, this becomes exponential growth. And yeah, it becomes really interesting. So our target is to do about 100 million in hardware sales and to have about 2.1 million in recurring monthly revenue per month by the year of 2025.
Thank you very much. And your current numbers are, as I presume, 1.7 million in sales so far, and monthly revenue. No?
Yeah, now it's about 2 million in sales in the first 10 months of the company. This has been just me and my virtual assistant. We didn't do any marketing. I just did 2 online presentations. The rest went through word of mouth. And now I'm building out the team, hiring an operations, a marketing, finance person, like really expanding the team and going harder on the marketing so that we can scale this faster.
Great. Maybe if I can help, it would be great to connect.
For sure. Let's connect.
Great. Good luck.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Last quick question from Fedor.
Yeah, I would like to ask, what amount of traffic do you receive on your platform, and what is the conversion rate from the organic or paid traffic? And
your audio is really, really soft. I cannot really hear it.
You can hear me now?
A bit better, but still not too hard.
Let me remove the Bluetooth connection. Okay, you can hear me?
Yeah, better.
Yeah, I would like to ask about the amount of traffic you receive to your platform and whether it's organic or paid, and what is the conversion rate from, like how much people come to your platform and how much end up buying from you actually.
Yeah, let me explain you this. So my background is in online education. I have a good track record in doing online webinars, sales presentations. So this first 1.7 million in sales, I did it mainly with 2 online sales presentations. I had about 200 people on my presentations, and I sold 60 machines. So the conversion rate is about let's say 30%. And based on those customers that I got in, many of them are very happy and excited because we deliver a really great service. So the word of mouth is also really great. Every client also brings me in a lot of prospects, and we give them an affiliate commission to refer people to us. So our customer base is a really strong pool of ambassadors for our brand as well.
Perfect.
Thank you very much for a great speech, Mitchell. Let's go ahead. Next one, startup number 7, Fury, presented by Salman. Yeah.
Hi, can everybody hear me?
Yeah, we hear you well.
Perfect, perfect. Hi, I'm Salman. I'm the CEO and founder of Fuse. And today we're talking about the startup I'm doing for e-mobility. And you'll be wondering why there's a Nissan Patrol there when I'm talking about electric cars, but you find out. So the problem that we're trying to address is the fact that electric mobility is the future. Everybody in the world is moving, especially for transport, for light passenger transport. But at least in this country, the UAE, there is a gap where we are basically seeing the take up of electric vehicles is is a little bit lower than what we require if we are to meet our climate targets. And what we are trying to do is trying to give people an alternative to go electric rather than to basically buy a new car. We're offering to convert their car to electric. So if you look at the image on the right, you'll see that that car, the Beetle that we've done, actually that's the petrol engine on top, and that's how a conversion looks like at the bottom. Simply said, that's what we do. We offer an alternative to basically go towards e-mobility. A couple of base advantages of going with us. We customize the solution, which means that you guys don't have to buy a huge battery or very small battery, depending on what range you require, what power you require. So you don't have to maybe buy an expensive car when you don't need to. Secondly, we're obviously targeting our target market here is the UAE, and we're making sure that the country's climate, which is quite extreme, is ready for the kind of conversions we do, and we're the only ones that do it. If you look at us worldwide. The third thing that we do is obviously we offer upcycling. UAE is a huge car market. In fact, one of the biggest car markets in the world for secondhand cars. A lot of import and export goes through here, and it's also a lot of restoration work goes here. So it's a natural kind of fit to have upcycling happen here for electric conversions. If you look at the market, there is a massive amount of companies now world over. So this is not just covering the western part of the world, but also now in India, a lot of these are taking over. So you have all of these going from all across the world, from Africa, US, a lot of other places. And these are the this is what a conversion can look like. It can look, people do all the way from like really classic cars to really niche vehicles to even like three-wheelers, like the auto rickshaw that you're seeing in the middle. And then the governments in the world are trying to address this as well. So it's not just about these companies. It is actually a movement that's taking place. You have California taking it seriously, all the way from India, where their local boards are kind of taking this up very seriously. So it is a movement that's happening. It will be a solution going up ahead. And how big a solution will it be? So we anticipate that in the UAE alone, it will be about 120 million by 2026. And that's capturing like a small percentage, about 10% of the market. We think will be this, because it's a cost-effective solution and something that you can implement right now rather than waiting for the models to come in. Speaking a little bit about us, so we're a very, very young startup. That's some of the work that we're doing, and that Nissan Patrol that I mentioned over there, that's actually one of the ones we're doing. We're doing a full Tesla swap on it. It's going to be 450 horsepower, 100 kilowatt hour battery. We're doing also the world's smallest car, which is in the middle, the PLP50. It's almost done. We have the Triumph, and so we're doing a couple of cars here just to kind of show our breadth of work and sort of delivering to our first customers now. What is the solution? The solution that we offer is very simple. We basically do a conversion on your car to convert that car from petrol to electric, but then we also provide a data solution on top of it. The data solution is supposed to basically provide for route optimization, charging optimization, and it's something that will really help us in our next steps. The data acquisition that you get out of that will allow you to do logistics, to do marketing, to do partnerships with other companies that for e-mobility, and to basically improve on the product. So we do see a huge sort of revenue stream coming out of that data eventually. This is the two of us. Right now we're a team of two. My partner Mihai is the CTO, and he's heading all the team side of it. I'm coming here from the startup space with 12 years of experience, 6 years in e-mobility itself. So we're a team that's kind of ready for this. And our plan is basically very simple. Right now, we're working out of the niche classic car market to kind of establish ourselves and put ourselves on our best foot. And then eventually, with the help of the app, we want to aim towards fleets, B2B. So your trucks, your vans, things like that, so that you can really deploy this on mass market. There's quite a lot of benefits, having carbon credits that we can incorporate and then basically generate revenue for companies. COP28 is coming in the UAE, and this is something that will really help. It's because the Scope 1 emission standard, and then obviously it satisfies UN SDGs as well for circular economy. So we're kind of trying to target all of these, and the startup does target all of these KPIs, let's say.
Thank you, Sam.
That's it for your time. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's, I guess I was just in time. Thanks, and yeah, looking forward to your questions.
Gaurav, please.
Salman, 3 quick questions here. Where are the batteries coming from?
So our batteries are sourced from a variety of places. For the high-powered conversions, we're using them from basically they're coming out of Teslas. There's a whole second life battery chain that happens for parts that are sourced out of existing electric vehicles. So we're basically upcycling those as well. But there are certain fleet customers which would want new batteries, so we're sourcing those out from China. Then it's a varied battery chain that comes from different places.
Salman, I get the market. I even know the fellas at Air Carbon Exchange. Is this LFP and or NMC battery?
It'll be LFP. LFP, life lithium phosphate.
Understood. And Salman, what is the cost of upgrading a used vehicle to an electric vehicle?
So for niche vehicles, so there are 2 kind of costs. Yeah. So for the niche vehicles, it will be a little bit higher. We're targeting somewhere in the market range, which is again established in the UK and US, of about $40,000 to $50,000. For fleets, which is the second part of what we're trying to do, we want to scale up and we want to offer a solution that's about 40 to 60% of the cost of getting a new electric vehicle. So it will be 40 to 60% of the cost.
Salman, but the metrics make sense, but the business opportunity probably has some questions. In Middle East, where the cost of gasoline or petrol is not that high, what is the motivation and incentive for a used vehicle to upgrade to electric by paying $40,000 to $50,000? Why would customers do beyond the particular early adopters, right? I get the early adopters, they will do it, but why would the mass movement do it? Because you are trying to grow a startup into a profitable venture for a few years.
That makes a very good question. So three things actually that can come up to my mind. One is that the fuel, even though it's pretty cheap in the Middle East generally, it's still 2 to 3 times as expensive as electricity. So to go exactly, let's say X amount of kilometers will cost you a third or to a quarter of the cost of filling up with petrol, even when petrol is cheap. So there's directly a cost benefit. The second benefit is total cost of ownership, which means your car cost plus your taxes plus everything else, all of that. We're promising that your TCO, your total cost of ownership, will be 20% lower. So we are actually offering a cost advantage. And in the future, once the app is more developed, what we plan to offer is a connected service that will then be able to do a subscription model. So rather than paying an upfront cost of 40 to 60%, you're actually paying a monthly rental fee of the conversion system, so that you're only really paying for the conversion system, and then the fuel that you're doing, maintenance and everything else is included on us. And we're making sure that your battery's uptime is there, we're making sure that your data is there, and you're paying basically lesser month on month than you would for
how many kilowatt hour battery is this? 250, 270?
No, all of the kilowatts that we do are customized. So one of the things that we like to do is to offer a customized solution. For example, for a Nissan Patrol, which is like an overpowered car, it will be 100 kilowatt. For a quote that we're giving for India, for the Bajaj, so for the Tata Ace, the EV will have somewhere between 10 to 15 kilowatt hour of battery, which is about, say about 15% less than what they're offering, but the cost is also much lower. So the Tata Ace EV is coming out.
And last question, and I will let Subrata ask it.
No problem.
But you mentioned Scope 1 emissions with Air Carbon Exchange. Is that already accredited for UAE or Dubai region?
They are going to launch that very soon because of COP28. So in COP27, COP28, they're going to finalize those and release those out right now. Not done yet, but it will be in the future. So we're ready for that.
Thank you, Salman. Thank you.
No problem, Gaurav. Thanks, man.
Hi, Salman. Good presentation. I just wanted to follow up a couple of questions, from Gaurav's as well. I think, the motivation part you have explained, right? When you said 20% saving in TCO, I think that makes sense. So you're basically consolidating the value chain, right? And giving your customer a saving in terms of TCO. I think that's good. But I believe that your secret sauce is in the data monetization. Because the conversion itself from IC engine into EV, that may not be a very competitive thing, right? Many people can do it, but yes, I agree that your TCO thing is very important, but I think your data monetization part is more lucrative. So could you please give some flavor?
Sorry, no, please go ahead.
No, I was just asking that, can you just elaborate a little bit on it?
Yes, so there are many ways actually. The data is key to this region. So in this region, nobody does R&D when it comes to electric vehicles. They only bring it. So what I mean by R&D is actually developing the vehicle. The only thing that happens here is the testing of the vehicles, and then it gets sent back to Middle East HQ, and then they're tweaked for the market. What we are offering is the availability to actually get detailed data for exactly how these different sets of conversion systems are handling, and then to be able to optimize it ourselves. So not only are we offering the data of how they're performing in a certain temperature and humidity gradient, which is exactly very it's very extreme here. We're also offering the ability to see in foresight when things go bad, how to rectify them. Apart from the fact that we can also give that data out to marketing agencies, we can give that data out to other partners who want to get that data for their own vehicle development, because there will definitely be a couple of startups that will try to develop. In fact, I know 3 or 4 of them in this region that are developing the electric vehicle. So there's all these possibilities of the data.
So which
the main
state
data
you are in currently?
Sorry?
Are you generating revenue, or you are in?
We're pre-revenue at this point. We are actually self-funded, me and my partner. So, and it's a very hard thing to do a hardware startup with their own funding, but we're trying.
Thank you, Simon. Let's continue in chat.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
And next one, startup number 8, beautiful lady Rosa will present us
hi everyone. Do you believe that wellness is a new luxury? Well, I do. And with the global wellness industry valued at $4.5 trillion and growing, don't you think it's fair that the ones providing the services should reap the benefits? Hi, I'm Rosa, founder and CEO of Anka, a holistic wellness and beauty app. Anka is the very first decentralized wellness and beauty platform offering financial freedom for the world's wellness and beauty professionals, whom we call our Ankites, to make more money working for themselves than they would for a salon, spa, corporation, whilst connecting them to a client community who are seeking guidance or transformation in mind, body, and soul, enabling us to be the largest peer-to-peer holistic wellness platform while no professionals are on our staff. As a woman born into a conservative Turkish community in Australia, transformation, freedom, growth has always been the key and most important goals for me. That is why Anka actually means Phoenix, which represents transformation, freedom, growth, and enlightenment, which is what we want to bring to the wellness and beauty industry. We know that the pandemic forced millions of people to rethink the way they're living, their relationship to mental and physical health, and their idea of personal freedom. Over $100 billion was spent on preventative healthcare in 2020 alone, yet many people still struggle to find qualified healers and wellness professionals. Anka solves this problem with a marketplace platform that connects a community of healers and wellness professionals to a client community seeking transformation in body, mind, and soul. With a serviceable, obtainable market of $700 million in just the Middle East, Anka's revenue will be $6.5 million and connect 5,000 practitioners with over 50,000 clients by 2025. The aim is to enable our verified Ankites to work wherever and whenever they desire, from the comfort of their home to pretty much anywhere in the world. These professionals offer anything from hair and makeup to Reiki and yoga, all at the touch of a finger on our Anka app. Anka amplifies the talents of our Ankites by freeing their time to do what they do best while we expose them to thousands of clients, allow for easy schedule and prompt payments, facilitate virtual payments, virtual appointments, and a video integrated conference system. Our Anka's AI-powered suggestion engine will expose services to customers and potential new customers supported by a blockchain. Our marketing and content development services, training courses, and scholarship programs will help develop and empower the next generation of wellness and beauty professionals whose primary goal in life is to make you feel good. I hope you will join me and my team in this ever-evolving journey of transforming people's lives. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rosa. Subrata, please, your question. Hi, Subrata. Maybe you just forgot to about your raised hand. Okay, Gaio, your question.
Thank you, Kate. Hi, Rosa.
Hi.
Great presentation. Can you tell us a bit about your pre-traction and generally idea you have around the financials for your project, and when you generally expect to make it on the market?
Sure. So we have our go-to-market strategies curated over here. It's my lovely illustration, hopefully.
Feel free to discuss about your go-to-market strategy as well in the frame of 2 to 3 minutes, if no other judge
So the question was how we're going to build traction?
Yeah, your idea about your pre-traction as your prototype.
So our pre-traction is curated amongst 50 UNCLEAR ambassadors that we have selected. There are subject matter experts in each of their fields, whether it's a yoga teacher, a chiropractor, a personal trainer. So we've already interviewed and selected them. Each of them have over 5,000 followers on average across 3 of their platforms. So we already launched our app last week on iOS and Android and native. And our first version of the app is to onboard our ambassadors and our UNCLEARs to start to put their profiles, their services, their pricing, to build the supply side of the app while we prepare for the client version, which is going to be launched in a few months' time.
Is it in a status of trial? You know, you're not. Is it for free for your current users, or your?
Yes.
You know,
so for our ambassadors, it will be for free for our ambassadors because they're really helping us hold the light and the torch for us. And how they're going to work is they committed to bring on board 5 of their healers and therapists of friends and 20 of their loyal customers to our app once we launch. So the launch now, we've already got about 50 of them on the app currently, and building more. And it will be free for our UNCLEAR ambassadors. And for our UNCLEAR, it will be a membership fee for $100 after 6 months of using the product for our initial phases.
How many trial users currently do you have?
We've already had beta trials a few months ago. There was 20 curated people on the beta version. And now we've launched the first version for our service providers, which we have 50 people on the platform now.
Great answer. I have seen in your summary on the Startup Network's website that you are part of Circle Incubator.
Yes,
are you in the process of incubation, or you're graduated from?
We graduated. Yeah, we graduated from Circle.
What value they bring to your startup in terms of mentorship, financial assistance, and product development as well?
I think they were just incredible in terms of the mentors available on the program, in how to present yourself and how to brand yourself. Because the reality is there's so many competitions going on and everybody can build a wellness app. But who are you? Are you a movement? What are you doing for this world? And I think Circular, focus on circular economy and the communities really help filter that through to you and say, UNCLEAR is going to be a movement. It's more than, the app is just a tool to connect people, but we are a new brand. We are going to be the next Uber. We are going to be the next Airbnb of holistic wellness. And they really help in ensuring that UNCLEAR is a brand, it's a collective, it's a community rather than just an app. So I'm very grateful for the experience with them.
Thank you very much, Rosa. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thanks. Next one is startup number 9, Atina or Etina. Alexander, correct me.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, Tina.
My name is Alex.
That's it? Oh, sorry.
Atina is a product, yes. Sorry. How to? So yeah, I'm a founder of Atina. It's a first ever insurance for the internet income. Firstly, there is a big trend that's nowadays there are so many professionals in the internet, like influencers, promoters, streamers, crypto enthusiasts. They all make money in the internet. Second big trend is a huge amount of the cyber threats and data shift risk. And of course, there's a lack of regulation between companies and influencers, crypto investors and crypto founders. All players need risk regulation. And that's why we make the digital income insurance to protect social media account and crypto wallets from cyber threats, reputational risk, and other causes of income loss. So, of course, our client is people who make money in the internet, like this profession. But of course, every of us has a social media account, as we can't imagine our business without it. It's stopped, just not allowed. So our main, what we cover, firstly, of course, is the cyber threats like hacking, data shift, block and ban. Of course, this investment losses, scam and fraud, but also important, it's reputational lawsuit, like stolen ideas, disparate or defame some product or person. But of course, it's also the insurance for the classic insurance product like device insurance or the sick leave. I think our main value, not just be the insurance company, but also safe digital content backup of the account. Of course, help people regulate risks. And not just be the insurance, but but teach people cybersecurity daily, how you can protect your accounts, like be the helper. And we want to be the standard for the new online self-employed market in 5 years. So a couple of words about our competitors. Of course, classic insurance company know this big market, but they just thinking in old ways and offer just classical product like liability insurance, reputational claims, and device insurance. And of course, there is a company who make crypto insurance like coin cover and breach, but they just insure the money on the account and they don't know how to insure NFT, and no one see the value of digital account. So market is pretty huge. Only in the Instagram we have billion account monthly, and 30% of them have 10K plus followers, so it's mean something for the owner. So we make the MVP. We launched the Instagram campaign, interview more than 100 content creators, and make the 50 customers during the 20 days with a cost acquisition cost like $10, with a check, average check with $25. So our main advantage is our team, like we know each other 8 years. We built 3 different startups in fintech marketplaces and cybersecurity. Yeah, that's the point. We're raising the pre-seed round. We hope to get the MRR with 1 million in 11 months. And the main growth drivers, that's we're low cost, we're fully digital and have no agent, no direct competitors. We focus only for the high income countries, and providing knowledge and data storage is cost effective. Thank you very much. I'm glad to hear your question.
Thanks, Alex. The judges, your turn. Find out more.
Yeah, I have a few questions, Alex. So, okay, just to be clear, you're offering an insurance in the crypto assets, right?
Yeah.
You're offering insurance to cover the crypto assets.
Yeah.
Okay, but you didn't explain how are you doing that? What's the model that you're using in terms of the insurance? Because it's quite a challenge to make money on that industry.
Thank you for question. I am this company who has insurance for the crypto assets. They existed like 2-3 years, and they offer like you choose the amount how much you cover, and this is the amount you have this payment. So we also make the same way. You choose the coverage monthly monthly coverage rate, and you choose the 3 different plans. So we understand how you manage this, but for crypto, we're also looking for the partner like BitGo, who can scan the network in real time. So we can block several transactions. That seems not usual, but technically it's usual.
All right, thank you.
Yes, and the last but not least for today, startup number 10, really. Ready?
Yeah, hello everyone. So I got sick, so apologize for my pronunciation. Can you see my screen? You see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So my name is Vitaly, and I'm CPO and co-founder of Really. It's international online distributor of realtor sales for developers. Our product for developer is a tool that allows them to communicate with all agents around the world in one place. So developer upload property to our platform with database with deep information about units, prices, availability, set commissions for sales, and get access to 1,000 agents around the world with payment for result. For agent via mobile application, which serves them with a new flow of customers for their service, and agent can work with all developers in their city and to have fast access to up-to-date information in comfortable view. So for property buyers, we are search agent of professional real estate agents. So in conclusion, we are B2B2C platforms that makes investment in foreign real estate safe, fast, and comfortable. We have a specific requirements for our target markets. It's cities with large segment of foreign real estate buyers and very active agents in this market. So our starting point is Dubai, because around 95% of property in Dubai was sold by agents, and around 70% of property buyers are foreigners. So in 2021, according to open data, was sold around 1 billion commission was paid to agents by developers. And important point is that 10 developers takes more than 90% of market in revenue. So when we connect to one of them, we can get a significant part of market. Our competitors is tools that developers use to communicate with agents, and it's Google spreadsheets, PDF files, WhatsApp chats, Google Drives, and only few of real estate developers have their own mobile applications, but they don't cover all of their needs in communications with agents. Our monetization is from 0.2% of commission of the cost of property which was sold in our platform, and also we get from 200% ROI on lead generation for agents. Also, we have a subscription model and paid access to big data that we collect. We have access case in Odessa, Ukraine, where we launched our MVP with 1 developers, and without advertising, we get 30% of Odessa agents which which give for us 90 sales for these 3 months. We have a complete team with deep experience in real estate domain, and it's people that have more than 10 years working in lead position in international IT companies. Our goal for next year is to get 10% from all off-plan units of Dubai, which will selling in really, and 2 million euro revenue. And in next year, we planning to launch in new countries, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and Cyprus. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Gaia?
Thank you, Kate. Hi, Vitaly. Good presentation, right on time. Can you enlighten us about your competitive landscape, both locally and internationally? And of course, about your competitive advantage towards them.
As I said, the main competitors in the local market is Google services, PDF, and WhatsApp. But in international market, we have a few competitors. It's if I find.
Feel free to share your slide again.
This is analogs which have similar business model as us. It is a Compass and Site companies in US.
Yeah.
As they also went from a classic real estate agency business model to IT company, and they stop bring half of commission from agents, and their goal to connect many agents and bring only 0.5% of their revenue.
Okay, but what makes you special towards your competition? I mean, can you tell us what's your strategy? How do you think you can cope with such such competition? How you're planning to scale up your startup?
I think the main point in this question is that fast growing, and all our strategy centered in the fast growing, because our product is hard to implement and connect to developer, and when we coach one of developer, our competitor is hard to connect and replace us.
Okay, I understand. Thank you for providing an answer. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Any questions else? Okay, let's give our judges 1 minute to finish their voting. I see all marks except marks for the last startup. Please put it, and I will close voting and announce the results. Gaia, Gaurav, turn.
Well, no worries if Gaurav is not, I mean, if he not plans to be the first one who shared his insight from the event. Great event, various startups, various business approaches. I like the application of artificial intelligence within many of today's participants. I mean, aside of who is going to be a winner, the most important thing is that you all participated and learned from each other and from the interaction with judges through the event. So good luck to the winners, and as only the first one goes into the next round, don't see it as a fail, see it as an opportunity to learn from the process and to be better on the next event within the startup network or any other pitching competition available there in the market.
Thank you, Gaia. Just put your last mark for the pen because you're muted.
I'm gonna do it. Sorry, I forgot to put the last grade. Okay, just a second. Okay, I'm finished.
Great. I close voting. Yeah, this sounds means that we have the winner. I will announce third place, second place, and then the winner. So the third place is Escu, if I'm not mistaken again in the pronunciation. Great result, and also took a third place startup views. They have equal marks. Then second place for startup Epic Mining. Mitchell, our congratulations. And the winner of today's battle, today's unicorn pitches, and the startup that will take part in a regional event, Unicorn Battle, is Dresses. My congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I think you will take part in AI Unicorn Battle that will take place in November 17th. So we will be in touch with you and provide all the details closure to the event.
Čestitke, Vlado. Samo napred. Go forward.
Thank you. Look, it's been a real pleasure. I must say, I mean, I texted individual also a few participants. I think it's a great event. This is the second time that we are participating. Last time we were second. Now we won, and I'm really excited. I think startups that pitched were amazing, and I'm a little bit surprised that we won, I must say, because I've seen some really amazing pitches. So good luck to everyone, and thank you so much for this opportunity. And yeah, I hope to see everyone soon. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for coming. You can see all marks at the landing page. I can share now. So you can see all marks, great results. Hope everyone was excited of today's event. Thank you. Stay tuned. Please follow our schedule at the website and apply for the next events. We'll be happy to see you here. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Congratulations once again to the winner and all other winners of the event, and looking forward to the next one. Good luck, guys.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Good luck. Have fun. Good luck, everyone.